Welcome to this episode of Open-SCAD by DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, I want to share with you this part that I designed now. It may look like a rather simple part, and in some aspects it is, but it's got some uniqueness, and this is really what I wanted to share. So to give a little bit of backstory, one of the things I'm doing is building several different machines and enclosures from, V-Slot, Maker Rail, Open Beam, whatever you want to call this stuff. And I had a bunch of extra bolts laying around. However, they were a bit thicker than that would go into the standard aluminum plate or thinner plate. So I needed to make something that was a bit thicker. And I thought while I was at it, why not add some rigidity as well as maybe a little bit more interesting look, and that's this ridge. So I really thought about how could I come up with doing this, and there are probably a couple different ways to do it. What I decided to do is use the offset command to basically take the same component, recreate it twice, and one smaller than the other, and then just simply vary the height of the second one. So let's take a little bit of a look at the code, if you will. So one of the things to do this, and one of the first things I had to do this, is my base shape had to be in a separate module from the creation of the object itself. Now that's really important because as you see here, I've got base module, and I'm passing the variable basically radius size to it. And then I'm creating the top and bottom structure in a 2D fashion because I'm going to need to use the offset command to create, my difference. So I'm going to instantiate the outside, then I'm going to take and create a smaller version, and I do that actually here. You can see the offset, so you can see I'm taking minus the difference of the edge, which is my thickness over here, and simply reducing the object, and since I have this in a different statement right here, I'm removing that body from it. And then so what I'm doing up here is I'm reinstantiating the inner body up here. So this is really the same object, 2D object created by base module down here, except I'm using the offset command to create two of them of differing sizes. And that's how I get this effect. Now it's a very neat effect, number one, aesthetically, and number two, structurally, because it allows me to, one, seat the heads of the bolts below this lip, so it makes it nice and smooth. It gives it extra rigidity because of the way that this ridge is created around the object. And three, it just makes it look pretty darn cool. So this is what I really wanted to share in this episode with you, is how you can use the offset command real easy to create some unique looking properties that might be a little bit harder. Now I could have done this also a couple other ways, and the fact is I could have just simply created a difference from the top out rather than taking out the whole bottom piece, because let's maybe take a quick look at it. If I take out live TV always gets interesting. So if you notice, so here is the shape without the inside, and then I simply add back the inside by removing the comments, and boom. Now again, I could have taken the complete outside object and maybe difference down rather than creating two different pieces. I just found it easier to reinstantiate the piece as a smaller version inside instead of differencing out the smaller version, but it's sort of one half dozen of the other. So you can go about attacking this problem from a couple different aspects, and again, I just found it very interesting, unique. Now I will be doing another episode of Open-SCAD where I show you some other pieces where I've reused this and how it can be reused. And that's sort of the neat part about this, is again, once you begin building some libraries in Open-SCAD, if you will, some code snippets, how fast you can drop something in and create it in absolute terms. So anyways, I've done some overlays throughout the video so you can see what this part looks like in reality, and again, it's worked out very well. And the nice part is you can use this as a generator for the part to reuse a number of different bolts. So because that's always one of the challenges when the bolt goes into the V slot, it bottoms out, and if it's not tight when it bottoms out, well then obviously the fit doesn't work. So you can adjust this to basically any size bolt for reuse. So Anyways, hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully you learned something today. And if you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget the subscribe button. Also, check out our DIY3DTech.com channel for more on stuff like this and what we're actually building with this. I think you'll find it interesting. And we'll see you guys in the next video where we code. I'll spit that out something else. Cheers.